Alright, so one of the best storylines of the entire season so far is watching Austin Reaves grow into not just being an all-star level player, but grow into being an all-NBA level player. As I am putting this video together, and it is shortly before the Lakers tip off tonight against the Celtics in a back-to-back, Reaves is putting up nearly 29 points a game with 6.8 assists and 5.7 rebounds on over 50% shooting from the floor. Big time numbers, and he has emerged into this role of being this super reliable second option player next to Luka Doncic, and also on some nights a first option guy. So the thing that the Lakers got critiqued for a lot throughout the LeBron James era is constantly having to make these transactions, bringing in different stars or superstars into the roster here and there to try to make things work, right? And usually with teams that decide to take that path, it comes at the sacrifice of developing younger players. Look at the Nets. While they brought in guys like Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and James Harden, how many young rotational pieces were able to develop in that situation? Not a lot. So a lot of times, teams that try to invest heavily in star players don't have the opportunity to develop younger guys, but not the case here with the Lakers. While they have made a trillion transactions, like bringing in Russell Westbrook and guys like D'Angelo Russell and Luka Doncic and Anthony Davis and so on and so forth, they've developed Austin Reaves into becoming a really, really reliable all-around threat on the offensive end. His progression has been something to see. His rookie season, he was putting up 7 points a game. Year 2, he was 13 points. In year 3, he was nearly 16 points per game. Then last season in year 4, he was putting up 20. And now here we are with him putting up these elite level scoring numbers nearly in 30 point per game range. It has been so good to see him develop into being this player, and you can see why LeBron has trusted him so early on here in his career as an offensive option. So as it pertains to LeBron and the entire Austin Reaves situation, there was this conversation going on and this narrative going on social media about LeBron potentially being jealous of the growth of Luka Doncic and Austin Reaves. People make up narratives about LeBron all the time, but that narrative has to be one of the most dim-witted narratives I have ever heard. If you really do watch Lakers games, yes, they struggle defensively. Yes, LeBron James has not been playing at a superstar or all-star level, but jealous of Luka and Austin Reaves? That is ridiculous. That man seems more than happy to defer to Luka and AR on offensive possessions and let them do their thing. Think about that last play against Toronto, right? LeBron literally feeds the ball to Austin Reaves, spaces the floor for him to isolate, and yes, they double, and AR has to give the ball up to LeBron, who makes the game-winning assist, but still, LeBron James seems more than happy to let Austin Reaves do his thing. Same with Kyrie back in his days with Cleveland, right? So this thing where we're trying to use the growth of AR as a narrative against LeBron James is ridiculous. Yes, you can criticize LeBron. There are reasons to do so, but him being jealous of AR and Luka and not happy with their development and being mad that he is no longer the number one option, I've heard that on social media, and that's absolutely ridiculous if you really watch and pay attention to the Lakers. In order for this ship to sail, LeBron knows good and well that Luka has to be option number 1 and AR has to be option number 2. And if Luka is not on the court, AR has to step up seamlessly into that number 1 option sort of role. That is what he knows. He is fully aware that he is no longer in his athletic prime and he is no longer the shot creator that he once was, and he is fresh off of an injury. And as I said, if you watch the Lakers, LeBron follows suit and does a great job at deferring to those guys and giving them the confidence to operate on offense. So back over to AR. Again, as I said, he has been so impressive, and it's the fact that he is doing it as an undrafted player. And this is a league right now where undrafted players are playing and contributing at a very high level. There's guys like Lou Dort, who just won a championship for the OKC Thunder last year and is a really, really good defensive and three-point shooting threat. There's Fred VanVleet, who is currently hurt, but was an all-star and was also a massive contributor to an NBA championship team back in 2019. Naz Reid is one of the best, if not the best, sixth man across the entire league and is huge when it comes to keeping this Timberwolves offense afloat. TJ McConnell was huge for the Indiana Pacers last year in the NBA Finals and kept them in that Game 7 after the injury to Tyrese Halliburton. And there's also Alex Caruso, who is coming off the bench for OKC, but is one of the NBA's most valuable defensive players. So this is a world right now in the NBA where undrafted guys have an opportunity to play at a high level, and they're doing that. And Austin Reaves has been right in that conversation. And in my opinion, as things currently stand, he is the best undrafted player in the NBA. Like, sure, Dort was a contributor to a championship team, and so was Fred VanVleet at one point in time, but none of these guys have peaked at this level that AR is currently at, right? VanVleet was great, but he was never nearly 29 and 8 assists per game. Same with Lou Dort. He is great, but he is a role player, never really stepped into that number 1 or number 2 option sort of role. AR is the only current active undrafted guy that you can look at who is relied on as a number 1 scorer or a number 2 scoring option on a lot of nights. Seeing him develop in so many changing situations and lineups and coaches for the Lakers has been special. He was here with Vogel, he was here with Darvin Ham, and he has been here so far under JJ Redick, and he has been able to seamlessly find roles for himself and find windows to develop into being a great offensive player. And here he is right now making a case for, as I said, not only being an all-star, but also being an all NBA level guy. So the hope is that he can keep this up. You do wonder if he can stay afloat at nearly 29 points a game the entirety of the season, but nonetheless, amazing start, and he has been key for the Lakers getting off to this solid start this season, especially on the offensive end. Like, to be honest, there is this lingering thought in the back of my mind that maybe he comes back down to earth this season, and I don't know what that looks like. I don't know what his floor is right now, but still, you love the start, and you love the confidence that the coaching staff and LeBron James, who is arguably the greatest player of all time, has in this guy to do what he's doing so far.